Welcome back to the Jojitorium. Well, I think, remember too, whenever we found the German Scheiser corn. Let's not lie to each other. You're in twerk classes over there. That's what
yeah. That's all it is.
The fitness class.
Working on them TikTok videos you like so much.
Dead face.
Got right in front of you.
Welcome back to the Jojitorium. You know who it is. It's Adam, it's Matt, and guess what? We are the Wet Bandits. If you listen to us, you like all kinds of beer, and you like that variety to be easily acquired. Well, Creekside Beer has you covered. This wonderful beer mecca located in Swickley, Pennsylvania has a virtual store right on their website, creeksidebeer.com, where you can filter your search down to the exact style you want. Oh, and you want to tour the best of Pittsburgh? Try the hashtag Drink Pittsburgh tab to see almost a never-ending supply of the best beers of the burg. Follow Creekside Beer on all social media. It's at Creekside Beer, all one word, and find them on Untapped under the same name. Just make sure you tell them the boys sent you. So, Adam, how are you, sir?
Doing good. Had a busy day today.
Yes.
I think for the first time ever, we're recording the podcast post-brew day.
Yeah, this is weird for me because usually whenever there's a brew day and we're doing a podcast, I'm sweaty along with you, but I just went to my job instead.
Yeah, so it's kind of a little bit warmer down here and smells like bread.
Oh, it smells so nice. This is the smells of Christmas that I enjoy, especially because down here in the brew lab, it is stout season. Not talking about porters. I won't fuck that up.
Except I brewed IPA.
Come on, man.
Well, stout season's on the tap.
Yeah. Go check out our social media at @BASH_BREW and Decaying WTB.
And there's more stouts coming. It's
Yes.
just we took a little pause for Christmas beers.
Right.
So.
And those are flavorful as well. So you got to make sure you're checking those out. So we're here in the essence of a brew day. It smells like this is my favorite smell of Christmas, especially down here, because it reminds me of all the delicious beers I will be drinking throughout the year. But we are in round one, and you brought a beer, Adam. So let's put them together. Got round one beers. What we got?
So we got a little collab that I picked up yesterday. Surprised you didn't pick it up because it's from your place of employment, allegedly.
Oh,
Arboretum Trail Brewing Company.
He said he was going to send me a pack in the mail because he said I had to stay at home and put more labels on more of the cans.
Oh, okay.
High demand.
I was wondering where his number 99 super fan was last night. The great one was not there.
No.
So it's a collab between Arboretum Trail, as you know, and Fueled by Hops. And it's a 5.5% hazy IPA with spruce tips and juniper berries. So he must be paying attention to me because I said Christmas is gin time, and we got juniper berries in this.
This is really nice, man. And so I do know that usually Christmas styles, you're seeing a lot of like heavy spice, a lot of cloves and everything. So this is quite a swerve from the traditional like, oh, we're releasing a Christmas beer. So this is a delightful little treat.
It's going piney. It's going earthy. It's a very nice color. Nice hazy, pale yellow. Good head retention. Great carbonation.
Yeah,
And it's just got a bunch of juicy flavor, and then finishes dry with the pine and the juniper.
That's really nice. And also, too, I should always say this, too. If you want to find what's happening with my boss over at Arboretum Trail, you do is search them out on all social media, Arboretum Trail Brewing Company. And also, too, if you don't know what Fueled by Hops is by now, then you've been living under a rock and not paying attention to craft beer in Pittsburgh. Those guys have a staple in the craft beer biz around here. So check them out, too, Fueled by Hops on all social media. And congratulations, Ryan. He just had his first kid.
Yeah, congrats.
So congrats to you, sir.
And it was very nice last night. So I went to the release party, which was also
right.
kind of their Christmas party for Fueled by Hops. And I was gifted a nice big bottle of a blackberry wild ale that we'll have to pop open sometime.
Blackberry wild ale. It sounds like it's going to beat the shit out of me. So I'm really liking this, man. There's just enough of pininess to it, but the sweetness and the juiciness kind of help balance that out. But you're right, at the very end, nice dryness.
I think that's all that juniper berry. It just dries it.
Love it, man. It does give me the reminiscence of having a decent glass of gin. You know, a nice single rock, 2 fingers. Tastes delicious.
Makes me want to brew a hazy, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, all those hazy boys are yelling at us, oh, you make us something hazy. Well, I tell you what, I'll make y'all a deal. You hazy boys start bringing us some of these sweet 4-packs, and we'll think about it.
I might do a hazy for late January. I'm not sure
That would
yet.
be fun. That's a good time for it, too, because this hazy gets you a little warm. It's like drinking a liquid Big Mac. So
Yeah.
it puts a little
yeah.
thickness on the ribs. So, Adam, I wanted to let you know that I wasn't going to let Christmas go by without one last hurrah. We are going to enter a Bets of Doom for an event that I know, and you and I talk offline here, and you're like, dude, have you seen this card? And I said, you know what? This is the kind of card I know that Adam would love to talk about. He's like, dude, these two titans of the squared circle just going after each other for another set of 8 rounds.
This is not the squared circle. This is boxing.
Yeah, it's still a squared circle.
No, it isn't.
That's
a reference to wrestling.
Yeah, but it's inside of a ring like that.
It is inside of a ring.
Square circle.
You are just batting 1,000 right off the bat.
Okay, well, anyway, so Adam was always just like gushing. Jake Paul. So Jake Paul was supposed to take on Tommy Fury.
Right.
And Tommy Fury, according to Jake Paul, got pussitis. He almost said bursitis, which actually would have been a real diagnosis.
He got bursitis.
He got bursitis. But Tommy Fury ended up getting like a pretty serious chest infection, and then he broke a rib during sparring. It does sound like, here's the thing. When you look at the press conferences, it doesn't look like Tommy Fury was like pretty confident in himself, which is odd because I think he has just way more of a skill set than Jake Paul, just not the power.
Right.
But anyway, I digress. Tommy Fury is out, and the tattooed wonder Tyron Woodley is stepping in for the second bout where we, quote unquote, leave no doubt.
So stupid. Now, if the listeners want the truth behind this, Matt's just bitter from his punishment last time and wants to go out of 2021 with a win in Bets of Doom. So he's making me pick on this bullshit boxing card.
It's only bullshit boxing because I'm better than you at picking boxing.
And you don't know it.
And I don't know it. And it hurts you inside.
You're not bad. I think we tied last time.
Boxing?
Yeah, I think so.
That's right, because we continued
Woodley, it was Woodley, Paul.
We both took Woodley. We were like hopeful. Please, God, win this.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be making that mistake this time.
No, I won't be either. But this time, we're seeing there was a lot of controversy that Jake Paul had written into the contract that Tyron Woodley could not knock him out as part of the contract clause. So now Jake Paul's putting up an extra $500,000 bonus if Woodley can, in fact, knock him out. So
cool.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to get $500,000 for punching someone out that I cannot stand.
I have a theory about that. I'll get into it when we get to our picks, though.
So I say this too. So I did read the controversy then of the contract. It finally got. So someone posted the entire contract from Paul Woodley 1, and the only thing that happened between the two is that Jake Paul wanted to use a certain set of gloves, and Woodley could not. I think they were Grant gloves. They're for. They more padding for your wrist.
Okay.
That was it. That was the only real difference. So, now there's no excuses. I mean, honestly, that first fight, if you really do go back and look at it, Jake Paul won by decision, and rightfully so.
Split decision, though. It was close.
Yeah, it was close, but you could tell he edged him out.
I don't disagree with the decision.
Yeah, but now I'm wondering if Woodley just comes out and just goes haymaker crazy, which
he should.
So on December 18th of this wonderful year of 2021 at the Amalie Arena. Am I going to say that right?
That's my best guess, yeah.
Yeah, Amalie Arena in
Tampa,
Florida.
Who cares?
And it's a Showtime broadcast. I think these things used to kick off around 8 o'clock.
This is deliciously Florida.
It really is. Some of these fights are awesome. Mainly a glorified American card, but let's go through the card here, and loser really takes a punishment Christmas style.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Gonna have to sit on some ornaments.
Yeah. What Home Alone 3, the real one we always wanted, where Kevin McAllister gets into BDSM. and
sees how much punishment Buzz can take.
Yeah, come on, wet bandits. You better lube it up. So So I think the best way to handle this is to start, of course, from the bottom of the card and work our way up. So
Brown Handits.
They're sponsored by Adam and Eve too. That's the crazy thing. It was a straight to DVD release from Adam and Eve. So let's start with a light welterweight bout between Liam Paro taking on Yomar Alamo. So this is a 10-round bout coming in again at the light welterweight, I guess, weight class. It's say weight too many times, it feels redundant, but
Right.
whatever. So we have two boxers, kind of. I don't really know much about their skill set, especially Liam Paro. I couldn't find much of anything on him, but I do know that Yomar has a pretty decent skill set when it comes to power. Yep. So I'm going to go with the Puerto Rican powerhouse, Yomar Alamo.
I'm going to be agreeing with you on the first pick
Okay.
here. I'm taking Yomar Alamo because he is from Puerto Rico, and I tend to pick Puerto Rican boxers. I just like their style. And he is undefeated.
Oh.
He has one draw in 20 bouts. So
Wow. Okay.
So out of his 19 wins, 12 were also knockout.
No, yeah.
So I will be taking Yomar the Magic Alamo.
Oh crap! Did you do research?
A little bit.
Uh-oh. I like, I will say this too. I saw some of Alamo's highlights. I did watch it on YouTube, and he's got a devastating left hand. I would love to see how that thing plays. So we're going to move on to a cruiserweight match, which I love. I love two sides of the spectrum, heavyweights and cruiserweights, because the cruiserweights are crazy and the heavyweights are just big chonkers. So I like seeing both sides. So we have Jaleon Love taking on Marcus Oliveira. Oliveira.
Yeah.
Thank
Yep.
you. Is Oliveira, is he related to the Oliveira in UFC at all?
I don't know because Marcus says he's from the United States.
Yeah, and Oliveira.
And Oliveira is from Brazil.
That's what I say.
Yeah.
Okay.
The UFC, Oliveira.
Yeah. Okay. This one, I didn't get a lot of background on the fight.
I hope you pick who I don't want because I have a really good reason on picking who I'm picking for this fight.
This one, I have to go purely based on name, and I'm going to go with Jaleon Love.
God damn it.
Yeah, I want to go with him. Only because I like his name a lot. I don't have much news on his fight camp. For the rest of them, I do.
We might
but
just
this
be
one, I don't.
tying.
No.
Because I am also taking Jaleon.
I'm
Love?
saying Jaleon.
I'm taking Love as well. But I did research, and I'm taking him because Marcus Oliveira has 223 amateur boxing fights
Jesus.
and 29 pro fights. Now, in his amateur 223, he's won 200 of them. So he's good, but that's a lot of fights. That's a lot of hits to the head. I don't think it's a hardcore match. Like, he can't bring the Bowflex to the ring. So I don't think he has a chance.
Nope. And that's how you get written out. You can't be on TV anymore. They can't talk about you. No Marcus statues anywhere.
You didn't win the title at WrestleMania 20.
So
yeah, that's why I'm taking
8
Love.
rounds. This guy he has that many miles on
What is his
a fighter.
age?
He's got to be like in his late 30s, early 40s.
No.
What?
I don't know what I'm looking at the wrong guy. Sorry.
Okay. So you're like, he's 23. I'm like, what the fuck happened?
He's 42.
Okay. I was gonna say, you can't have that many fights and still be like in your late 20s.
Yeah, I accidentally pulled Alamo up.
Oh, okay. See, Alamo's like in his late 20s.
I have a couple of them lined up here. This is kind of where my research stopped, though.
Yeah. So the next match here is one I'm actually really excited about. I'm usually not excited about the ones that are like Triller-ish, but I do like this one. It's a heavyweight bout with Tyron Williams. He's a former NBA basketball player, and Frank Gore, a former absolute beast of a running back in the NFL. So I think we spoke about this before. Frank Gore trains boxing, and Tyron Williams has trained.
Owns a gym.
Owns a gym. Owns an MMA gym.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if he is participating, he's in a different skill set. Frank Gore is boxing. So who are you taking?
I'm taking Frank Gore.
Are you really?
Yeah, I want him to knock Tyron Williams' head off.
Okay.
And I think it will happen.
I am actually going to go counter of you.
Go right ahead.
And I'm going to say that Mr. Williams is going to take this only because I think Frank Gore is the larger man. But I think that...
Yeah, I'm going power over...
Yeah, I'm going to go gas tank over power. And I think that's what's going to come down to. And I'm going to say this too. I'm not saying that you're completely wrong because I could see Frank Gore taking...
Oh, I'm just checking ages right now. I'm wondering if I gift up.
Uh-oh.
Deron Williams is 37, though, so it's not like he's young.
Oh, Frank Gore.
Oh, Frank Gore's 38.
Yeah,
so
he's up there
good.
a little bit too. No, I think Frank Gore has the high probability of knocking Williams' head off, but I think Williams can duck and dodge.
I mean, they're not boxers, so they don't have the reaches given here, but your dude has a severe height advantage. Yeah. Of course, he's in the NBA.
Yeah.
He is 6'3", and Frank Gore is my height. He's an inch taller than me. He's 5'9".
He's 4'11".
I'm not that sure. Hi, Pep.
Adam has to get a footstool to put the grain in the in the mash tun.
The mash tun's it is at my chest. I don't need a footstool.
It's like, Matt, can you slide the footstool so I can put the mash in? So moving on to the super middleweight, we have Anthony Taylor going against Chris Avila. I like this match a lot. I think it's pretty well. Two very similar fighters.
Yeah. And did you do research on this one?
This so from Frank Gore up, I did research.
So from what I can see on this one is they're both MMA guys coming into a boxing match, right? Okay.
Yeah, which makes it kind of fun in that regards. This is their I guess it would be their pro boxing debut to a degree, and it's cool they put it right around the Williams Gore fight too. So it's not like you're getting a bunch of pros and then you put in two amateur bouts. You're getting these in a good spot in the match,
right?
I'm gonna go with Anthony Taylor, just height difference, and I've seen some highlights from his time in Bellator, and he's got a pretty devastating right hand. It looks like he has a better angle on his stand up, so I like that. And that's not to diminish Avila. I think that he has a good stand up too, but I think that Anthony Taylor has more power.
And I thought they were so similar. I'm just going to go against you on this, and I'll pick Chris Avila without any other reason other than you picked Anthony Taylor. Because I did not do a lot of research on this, other than I was like, oh, they're both from MMA. They have similar records.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, it's a toss-up.
I think they both look similar, too. Anthony Taylor is a little taller. That's really about it. Moving on to the only women's match on the whole thing, Amanda Serrano, who is an absolute animal.
Coming back for another payday.
Yeah, against Miriam Gutierrez. Can I just cut to the chase and say I'm taking Serrano?
I'm taking Serrano, too.
Yeah. If you're not, listen.
One, she's Puerto Rican. I already said how much I like Puerto Rican boxers, and she's a beast.
Animal.
It's the only reason I would pay to watch this card.
Yeah.
And I'm not. But,
no.
I will look this fight up afterward.
Absolutely. And if you I think Adam and we can qualify as casual boxing fans. We watch the cards if they're available. We're not going to spend a bunch of money to watch them. But I had a blast the last time we were talking about Amanda Serrano, looking up all her highlights. Animal, man.
Yeah, I'll spend money on the big, if Fury's fighting.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are fun bouts.
Back when Mayweather was fighting, I'd get those.
Those were good.
Pacquiao and all that.
I know. I remember.
I haven't paid for a boxing card in quite a bit.
I got to actually watch when Tyson bit Holyfield.
I did too.
I did too. I couldn't believe it.
Not my dad, but our neighbor bought it, and we all went down and watched it there. And I watched it live. Yeah, it was cool.
Did it blow your little mind to watch someone bite somebody on live TV? I was in it's middle school.
I was wrecked on Dr. Pepper too. I was wrecked. I was so hyper. I was like, we're staying up late watching boxing.
And you watch Mike Tyson take a whole chunk out.
It blew my mind, and then I was bummed out because it was pretty early.
Yeah.
In the fight, and I was like, oh, now I gotta go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Holyfield wanted to keep going. Yeah. They couldn't stop the bleeding, clearly, because you got your ear bit off. Animal. I digress. So we move on to the main event of the night. We're going to see the problem child Jake Paul take on Tyron Woodley in the second bout. And you know this. If Woodley wins, there will be a third.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's a problem.
That's a problem. So here's the thing that I didn't know is there's no drug testing going on for Jake Paul. Did you know that?
No, seems right. Everything else is shady about the fight.
Yeah. I was reading on dirt sheets, of course, but people are he clearly is PED, but if you don't test him, it doesn't matter. Also, I don't care.
I don't care either.
Yeah,
Let them all do it.
Yeah.
I've always said that.
Yeah. Every sport, you should be able to just put
It's their body. They can do what they want.
put horse semen directly into your chest. I don't care what you do. What was
That's not good for the heart.
what the hell was for a while there? People were rubbing like elk pee on themselves. Some shit like that.
Deer piss, or might have been deer piss. I know it was like the antler.
Oh yeah.
For a while, it was the antler fuzz.
Yeah, they're like this really helps you recover. Like, and then they found there's no medicinal properties whatsoever. So I am taking. It hurts me to say it's that I'm taking Jake Paul to win this match. I just think that he's clearly shown he's a boxer going against an MMA guy, and the MMA guy doesn't know how to use his power in the ring. I don't think he can do it. And I'm taking Jake Paul.
We're picking so similarly.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope Tyron knocks him into the hospital. But my problem is the contract. And I get that there's a $500,000, right, for a knockout.
Yes.
It doesn't mean there's not another clause in there for $750,000 to not knock him out. So I think it's still shady. I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's fixed. I think Tyron took it for a payday because shit.
Why not?
Big payday right before Christmas. I'd take it. Yeah, I think Jake Paul is going to win again. It's just too shady.
It is really shady. And then, too, if you look at the Vegas odds, so I went on Bovada, and I was looking to see what the lines were. And at the time that I had typed up all the notes and everything, got the card, you're looking at Jake Paul coming in at minus 275 and Tyron Woodley coming in at plus 200. Ooh. So not a bad line.
No, it's not. I'd like Tyron to go up a little bit, like get plus 300. Maybe I'll throw a couple of bucks on it.
I think he will. I think he will. Especially because you're going to get that last, like, the only one. You're going to get the only press conference between the two.
That was just the funny thing. Everybody's like, well, there's a $500,000 for a knockout. I'm like, yeah, there might be $1 million for a let it go to decision.
Yeah. There's roughly $600,000 on the table somewhere that says, like, hey, man, can you just not pretty please? Just not.
Please let me win.
I just want to win a little bit. So before we go to a break, we got to talk about.
Where are my glasses?
So before we go to a break, we got to talk about one thing. So from Buckle to Bell, the boys bringing the best wrestling business in the news. Jeff Hardy got released.
Yeah.
So we got to talk about that.
Sad.
It's very sad.
Because it's definitely. There was speculation on why he got sent home from the tour, and now it's known.
It's pretty much
apparently
confirmed.
He's fallen back to his demons and got sent home. He allegedly, from certain sources I saw, he decided to not let WWE send him to rehab.
Yeah, he went against
treatment. So they let him go.
So I actually give
much like Kurt Angle in I think 2006.
When he went to TNA, he was shaking that Percocet bottle around a little bit. But I give WWE a lot of credit because they could have easily, in the midst of all the talent cuts they were already having, they could have just said, "Hey Jeff, we're never going to offer you rehab," but they gave him the option. Here's the thing, man. When you look back at the height of his addiction issues, and they're well documented, I'm not speaking out of school here. You could tell, like, he was in it, like.
They're well documented. He showed up to a TNA pay-per-view and
the main event
with Sting
against an icon, and the whole build-up was like, I couldn't wait to wrestle Sting as a child, and then you show up and you're drunk and high.
Yeah.
So, and then if you go back and you can look at the house show footage, he makes a hot tag to Drew McIntyre, hits the mat, and then he kind of like his whole body language just is like, I don't want to be here anymore. Like, I just don't want to do this anymore. And then there was another angle I saw on Instagram where someone was taking like a good angle camera view, and you could just tell, like, heads hanging.
Well, not only that, but he went to leave, like, through the crowd. Yeah. He didn't even go up the ramp. He was like,
in his brain, he made up his mind. He's like, I'm done. I'm not coming back. Do what you want. And then he decided not to agree to rehab. Didn't surprise me whatsoever when I saw his body language from that other thing. And his brother confirmed, and Matt Hardy saying, like, it's not my story to tell. I don't want to do all that, but he's home. He's okay. He'll talk about it more. We make fun of people a lot here, but addiction sucks, and I hope that Jeff gets help.
It's just crushing because he looked kind of set for a big push. Yeah. Like, he was the last survivor on his team in the Survivor Series that just went down.
And he showed out really hard.
Yeah, and I heard he was in for a title run, possibly like against Roman at Rumble.
Oh, wow.
That's been scrapped now.
What a wonderful match that would have been.
That'd have been cool. Yeah. That'd have been cool to see. Especially how well Jeff can sell. It would have made Roman look great.
Yeah, Roman looked great. Or it could have been, man, because it.
I can't think of any other news. There was no other wrestling news this week. Trent Beretta's back.
Yeah, he came back, and then MJF came home to Long Island.
That was cool.
I've never seen.
They made him cry.
Yeah. And I've never seen a wrestler turn a whole town heel. Like, CM Punk made all of Rhode Island.
Not Rhode Island. Long Island.
Long Island, I'm sorry. Turned all of Long Island into a heel. And they were booing CM Punk.
I just liked that he was ripping on the Islanders.
It's so good.
It was great.
And then Max Caster did it too at one point. He was like, come out, take his L, let the Islanders.
Well, yeah, because they still haven't won in that new
They
arena.
haven't, yeah. What, Barry Trotz, what are you doing? All that success.
He carried all the passion I had for him from the Capitals and went to another team. I hate that man.
With a passion. But you know what I love with a passion, Adam? Our sponsors.
I do too.
Yeah, and we're going to throw it out to them. So it is the holiday season, and we have some cool sponsors. They have some cool gifts for you. So go check them out, because when you support them, you support us, and when you support us, brings pretty cool stuff. So we're going to see you guys on the other side. Nice ink, Adam.
Yeah, I got your name on my ass.
I was talking about your forearm, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've been taking care of it.
Yeah, it looks great, man. What are you using?
I'm using Lucky 13's tattoo cleanser and healing ointment. This ointment is incredibly fresh and invigorating. It effectively removes all surface oils and dirt while not dehydrating your new tattoo.
Dude, I actually got some of Lucky 13's tattoo balm. It's all natural, not oily, and applies easily. The balm improved my color and definition, and the vibrance on this ink makes it look like it's brand new.
Oh yeah, man. I found their products after taking their online quiz, and it pointed me in the right direction.
Hey, guess what? And right now, if you use our promo code MATA193529, you can save 25% on your entire order from their site.
From the first line of your tattoo to the first year of your tattoo and beyond, Lucky 13 has you covered to keep that ink looking fresh.
Welcome back. Hopefully you heard something that you like, because again, it's Christmas time and you need gifts, and our sponsors over at Lucky 13s will definitely give you something to stuff those stockings with. So, Adam, before we dive into some of the deliciously diabolical topics I've decided for us to pick apart, we are in round two, and we're going to talk about a wonderful beer in round two. So we're going to put that together, call it round two. Bears. Yeah. So what do we have, Adam?
So we have namesake of the podcast beer right here. It's stout season. One of my favorite stouts we make here at Bash Brews. Just hit the taps. Just carbonated up yesterday, so it's like super fresh. And it's called Every Time I Chai, which is a chai tea stout. It's a very good oatmeal stout recipe base. And then we throw 4 ounces of chai tea into 5 gallons of beer. Let it steep overnight. And we have a 7.5% beast right here.
Oh, man. This is one of my favorites. And I know that some of the people that listen to us, this is their favorite beer that comes out of the brew lab.
Well, it's ready, everybody.
Yeah, so if you want to get your hands on this, and usually I'd say, like, if you want to follow whatever, listen.
Just message me.
Just message. We're here. We'll get it to you. We'll figure it out. We'll get it to you. And I'm going to tell you right now.
And there's only one, like usually we do batches and it's 2 kegs. There's only 1 keg.
1 keg. And I can tell you right now, there's already a ton of heat. So this is coming out on Sunday. I'm going to bet you by now we've already got probably like half of it gone.
Probably.
Yeah. So when you're hearing this on Sunday and you have your cup of coffee and you're like, I love, or you have your little chai tea latte in the morning on Sunday, you're like, this is so good. Imagine it being a beer. And that's what we're going to give you.
I like a good dirty chai.
Yeah.
Iced dirty chai.
And that's what this comes off as.
So, it does, because you get a roasty coffee-like feeling from the stout. A little bit of chocolate.
Just a touch, especially on the end. That chai and the bitterness from the malt kind of comes together at the very end, and it has that drinkability where you want to come back for more sips. The head retention is very frothy, which is something else I really like on my stouts as well, because I feel like you want that on your palate because it kind of like cleanses up, but it also gets you ready for that next like big rush of the flavor profile.
That's a big thanks to the oatmeal.
Oh yeah. And this shines through. This is a great Christmas time ale. So if you want to get into the season and you're gathering around the Christmas tree and you guys just want to get into the mood, this isn't for kids, of course, but hey. The adults can have some fun. So, again, at @bash_brew, send some DMs. And also, too, if you're following us at DWTB, send us a DM and we'll make this happen. So, speaking of making it happen, Adam, we have a social media smackdown. I threw it out to all of our listeners across all of our, I guess I would call it our universe.
Our social media platforms?
Yes.
Our universe.
Our universe.
We are not WWE.
I know. God. I'm trying to sound more important than we are. We threw it out to our listeners.
Multiverse?
Yes, in one more. There's actually a universe where I'm the brewer and you're the assistant.
No, there's another one where we're both Peter Parker.
Yeah. Yeah. And Doc Ock's my mom. And I wish there was another universe where you guys would understand which Home Alone's better. Because when I threw it out there, I said, which one, Home Alone OG or Part 2? And you guys went 79% for the OG against 21% for Part 2. I don't know how to tell you guys this, and I don't want to be disingenuous to you, but go back and watch them back to back, and you will see that not only is the storytelling in Part 2 better, the traps are better. Donald Trump's in Part 2.
Isn't the Talk Boy thing where he slows down his voice, is that just Part 2 exclusive?
Yeah, Part 2, yeah. And then that came out. Everybody wanted one. I had one somehow, and I was poor. My mom found it in the dumpster, I guess, and gave it to me. I was like...
What were those called? Talkmans?
Talk Boys. Just Talk Boys, yeah. I had a... It's because I got...
This is Kevin McAllister.
This is Kevin McAllister. You should send 8 cheese pizzas to my room.
Let's not forget Part 2 is also where Kevin's rich-ass dad got mad that he spent like $900 on room service.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they're in like a multi-million-dollar house in Chicago.
Yeah. That house is selling for like $2.1 million right now.
You just went for Christmas vacation to what, Paris or some shit?
Paris in the first one.
Oh, Paris in the first
one. And then...
Florida in the second one?
No. It was... Yeah, no, it was Florida in the second one. And then...
maybe he lost some money. He had to go to Florida.
That's what I'm saying. Year. Kevin keeps spending his fucking money on VHS tapes and shit. Buying your ass Talk Boys. I got batteries. I'm buying Pepsi. You're spilling it everywhere. Fuller's pissing in the bed. And I got to buy sheets all the time. This is dog shit.
That was all number 2, right?
What?
The kid pissed the bed with his Pepsi pisses in the second one.
That's in the first one.
Well, that was strong.
That was funny.
Yeah.
Also, too, I didn't know this until I was like older. I didn't know that Fuller was Macaulay Culkin just with a new getup.
Oh, I thought it was his brother.
I think it's still Macaulay.
Oh, I didn't know.
Huh. Well, either way, it's one of the Culkin brothers.
I think it's his less famous brother.
Yeah, he's in some great indie films.
That's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, all I can think of is maybe the traps got a little repetitive, but even the second one, they were all stepped up. It was just a callback.
Yeah.
But like all of the like supporting cast and ancillary characters in the second one, I thought were stronger. Like Frankenfurter and what's his
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry was awesome.
Tim Curry was great. Especially when he sneaks into the bathroom and they do the bit where the guy was in the shower. Hey,
you trying to watch me jacket, buddy?
And that was a PG film. Oh man,
why don't you come over here? I'll show you where I can shove it. Something like that.
Show you where it spits. Come on. Oh my. So I encourage all of our listeners, go back, watch them back to back, and you will see that Part 2 is better than the original. So Adam, I feel like we robbed the listeners in the first half. So you know what we're going to do?
What are we going to do?
We're going to go round 3. It's round 3. We have more beers. Put them together.
Round 3 was 5 claps. I thought we were going to go back and forth.
Sorry. Bad. Well, try to.
There we go.
Round 3 beers. So, Adam, what did you bring us to drink?
Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
I lost it for a second. We have Ramen Profit from Hitchhiker. Yeah. I don't think we've had Hitchhiker on here in a while.
It's been a minute.
So this is actually one of my favorite things they make. It's West Coast IPA, 7%. It will not disappoint.
Yeah.
So let's pour this out and have it along with everything else we have here.
Sound effects for Christmas.
The bar is filling up.
It is. So if you want to find out what's going on Hitchhiker, just you search them out on social media.
Yeah, they have a spot in Sharpsburg and a spot in Mount Lebanon. Mm-hmm. The actual breweries in Sharpsburg, where I picked this up. But phenomenal folks. Great beer.
And it's
one of the staples of New Pittsburgh beer, I would say.
I
mean, they've been around for. I actually would really be curious on how long. I'd say about 8 years now.
It's been a while. Yeah, 2004. Yeah, established 2014.
There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, they used to be just in Mount Lebanon and brew out of there and everything, and then they've grown and grown.
Oh, that's a West Coast through and through. Yeah, you know what though? It's a little softer than West Coast I usually pull, but I like that. That's kind of what I wanted. After we had that delicious chai stout.
And our hazy in the first half.
Hazy, yeah, this is nice. It's kind of refreshing to a degree. What do you think?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, lighter.
I think it's a little less bitter than the last time I had it, but I also just kind of wrecked my palate with some chai tea. So.
Yeah, but that's okay because chai tea belongs on that palate because it's stout season. So the soundboard is down. So we talked about Home Alone on the social media smackdown. So let's go ahead and go into what I promised you, Adam, was some fight science. So I went online and I watched the fight science video again for Home Alone OG. And then I went and I read some more articles and I got some things together here. So I want to kind of pose these things to you and I want to see what you think would happen to your body if I were to hit you with these traps. Okay.
Okay.
Let's start off light here. How about a BB gun at close range to your head?
I feel like me and my brother almost did that to each other. We were kids.
I would say yes. Most siblings have.
I would say that would be a severe injury. I don't think I would kill you.
Well, just so you know, classic air-powered projectile weapons have a typical muzzle velocity of 350 feet per second. So while painful, it would penetrate your skin, but not your skull. So you would definitely have to go cry to mom about having a bloody forehead, much akin to Cody Rhodes. But you're not going to have to go ahead and call the coroner. It's going to hurt like hell.
Cody Rhodes needs shot by BB.
He just might get shot by BB gun here pretty soon. So stepping it up a notch, how about remember the hot doorknob scene?
Very well.
Yes. How about that one? So if I were to, hey Adam, come to my house, I got this rare beer, and then you go touch my doorknob and it burns an imprint of a penis in your.
No, it would be an A because it was an M for McAllister.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but A's look like penises.
Only in one of our multiverses.
In my multiverse. So what are you thinking?
What do I think about what?
Do you think I would kill you with that?
No, I don't think so. I actually have some first-hand experience with almost melting my hand off.
Really?
Yeah. So when I was a kid, we were at camp, and there was a fire poker for the bonfire that was a metal stick, and all I wanted to do is poke that fire as a, that's like 8 or 10 or something.
I'm 35. I want to poke fire.
So finally, it was unattended, just laying on the ground, and I accidentally grabbed the hot end. And third degree burned my left hand to shreds.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Ended the camping trip early.
Well, then you probably already had the outcome of this. The heat index of the doorknob in the movie was there are some guys who actually sit down and really watch this stuff, and they would say that doorknob would have to be roughly around 751 degrees Fahrenheit, especially to change the coloration of the doorknob, especially brass.
The pipe I grabbed is not that hot.
Right, because if it was...
I want to grab the red end.
No. Because if it was red and you grabbed it, it would have rendered your hand completely useless, and usually at high risk for significant infection, but also, most notably, when appendages are burnt to that degree, they're amputated.
Oh, yeah, I didn't have to lose anything. I mean, my fingers are real wonky on that hand now. Like, when I have to give fingerprints, the cops get, well, that sounds awful. Like, I get...
Keep going.
The security
when
officer...
I'm arrested and they take my fingerprints.
The security officers that I've dealt with that fingerprint me for background checks are always like, wow, we have to roll your left hand real far, like, to get the full thing. It's because I half melted them when I was 8.
I want to see you finger paint now. For Christmas, can you finger paint me a picture?
Yep. Just get me and 3 girls and we'll do the 4 people finger paint.
So, injury number 3, stepping it up again.
3 lovely ladies in some brown paint.
What?
Injury, blowtorch to the head.
Yeah, a blowtorch to the head.
What threw you off? You know you like that.
So we're talking about, any common person would have been like, oh, there's a blowtorch on my head. I need to move out of the way. But Harry got a full 7-second blast from a flamethrower. So do you take a 7-second flamethrower blast to the head and survive?
I don't think so. I don't know why that motherfucker stood there. Just took it.
Just stood there
He
with a no face.
I thought Joe Pesci was smart in that. He's just standing there like, yeah, screaming. It's like, duck, motherfucker.
He's taking it. So usually what happens here is that instead of it being a brief burn, like if you're burnt, you usually step away from it, but staying in the hellfire for 7 straight seconds gives you what's called a thickness burn, which is my nickname in college.
I like the thickness.
And that's usually is going to cause necrosis of the calvarium, which is your skull bone. So when that happens, there's only 2 remedies.
You'll truly be rocking a skullet.
Yes. And there's only 2 remedies to this. 1, death.
I'll take option 2.
Yeah. 2 is a bone transplant. So
Holy crap. Of your skull.
Yeah, get a cadaver and you take their skull and you put it in place. So you have a dead man's skull.
Do I get to pick which one I get to use?
Who would you pick?
Andre the Giant. Yeah! I'd have such a weird head.
A real big one.
Yeah.
You'd be like a new Elephant Man.
I'd look like, what's his name from...
Andre the Giant.
No,
he
no,
looks
no.
weird enough.
the alien, Roger from American Dad. I'll just be rocking that.
I would say I think you and I could qualify for Roger because we do drink enough.
Oh, yeah.
You'd have the shape and head.
And you cross-dress enough, so...
That's true. That is true. Nothing is more freeing than a skirt. So, Adam, the piece de resistance, the paint can to the face, the iconic Home Alone trap is the paint can to the face. Do you think, as a grown-ass man, if I hit you in the face with a full can of paint from a distance, look, talking about fulcrum, gravity, newtons, and everything, do you survive?
That's some real kinetic force hitting my
It really
dome.
is.
I do have a big fucking head. I don't know if that helps or hurts me. I think it would nearly kill me, though, to get hit in the head with a paint can.
I'm glad you said that because it does go either way.
Well, not only that hit to the face, but they also then fell all the way down that flight of steps.
Yeah, I think the steps would have broke necks.
I mean, at least breaking my back and then probably
absolutely
bleeding out from the head.
So, a typical full can of paint is roughly 10 pounds. And the rope, due to some people, again, who take time to measure those things out, appears to be approximately 10 feet long. The result is a 2-kilogram Newton hit to the face. Of course, this results in a knockout, guaranteed facial fractures, definite loss of teeth, and even possible death. So, dependent on how glassy your jaw is, you might die. This thing clearly...
It's putting me in the ground for sure.
It might. I know it'd probably knock me for a loop. Because the other thing, too, is about my face. The other thing about me, how I'm ugly, I'm long in the face.
Think about my faces.
Thing about my faces is I have a long face, so I know that thing's going to hit me in the nose pretty hard, and it's just going to launch that motherfucker back into
your brain.
Yep, and I'm going to die. So Kevin McAllister actually probably should have woke up to manslaughter charges. I mean, he probably got off self-defense. But then again, too...
It's definitely self-defense.
You know who...
A little bit premeditated, though, when you're swinging paint cans that you...
Yeah. Well, Elon Musk would have hired him for some kind of engineering job, though, at this point in time.
Yeah,
like,
true.
You killed 2 men with paint cans? Help me design a Tesla.
Help me destroy Jeff Bezos' rocket.
Jeff Bezos, you did it. So it leads me into a challenge for you, Adam.
Old cock rocket.
Because we are talking about booby traps, some of those iconic booby traps, and Kevin McAllister is not the only one to set traps for his would-be assailants in the world of cinema. So I challenge you, Adam, to the Mount Rushmore of booby traps in movies. Now, I lovingly call them booty twaps because of Data in The Goonies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it's because you got your teeth knocked out with that paint can.
It could have been. So, Adam, we also got a bunch of new listeners since the last time you and I spoke.
Nice.
So again, before we jump into this, you guys should know this is a snake draft. So Adam and I both get 4 opportunities to bring our best picks forward. And if Adam steals one of my picks, I have to go to plan B and vice versa. So yes, there are 4 picks, but you better have 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah. And you have to have your strategy if you want the right pick on your list.
Absolutely.
You got to take it early.
And whenever we get to the Mount Rushmore, we got to pick the top 4. So that means the debate only heats up from there, because I'm going to tell you right now, man, if you try to put some like dumb shit on there, we going to fight. It's free crunch.
I don't think I have any dumb ones.
Okay. So the good thing about that is, Adam, is that if you want to be dumb, you get to go first.
Oh, I get to be dumb first.
You get to be dumb first. So, Adam, with all due respect, go ahead and try to tell me what a good trap sounds like.
I think for my first pick, I have the most iconic trap in a movie ever.
Okay.
I'm really putting it out on a ledge here.
All right.
Not really, because I think it's a lock that this is like the most classic movie trap.
Okay.
And it's Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark, the Boulder Trap.
Yes.
I mean, that's been ripped off it's been not ripped off, but it's been parodied all over the place.
Oh, it absolutely has.
Yeah.
In cartoons.
It's such an
other
iconic
movies.
Scene.
Yeah.
I had to throw it number 1.
Yeah. I even see it in a show my kids watch all the time, Bluey. They even put it in there. Like it's a cartoon.
It sounds super inappropriate for kids.
No, it's not. No.
Where'd you Bluey it all over?
No. It's a healer dog. It's a girl healer dog named Bluey because a blue healer. All the dogs are anthropomorphized.
Is this what took over for Blue's Clues then, huh?
Oh, 100%. And I'm okay with it. No, I really like what you're doing, but yeah, it's been in a ton of things. I think I just watched a clip today where someone did it in like a TikTok or something. Like, watch out for that thing behind you. You know,
Bluey's a TikTok.
No.
Okay.
Smart
Bluey's a
television,
dog.
man.
Okay.
He's Australian.
I'll check it out. Oh, that explains a lot.
He's tougher than both of us.
Bluey,
combined.
they do shoeies. Yeah, Australia. Makes
Yes,
sense.
there you go. So, speaking of iconic traps, my first round draft pick here
Wiggles.
is they have different colored sweaters. You have to tell
Just
me
naming all the kids' stuff from Australia now.
Didn't one of the Wiggles form a metal band?
No.
I swear to God, one of them did.
No, one of them died of cancer, and that's about
They
it.
all die
That's the
from
most-
cancer.
that's the
They're
most-
inside those suits, and they're just full of asbestos.
That's the most metal thing that happened.
It's death by... Yeah.
Well, I think he beat it, and then I don't know if he died or not. No, I'm not sure.
Yeah, look at you backtracking, talking shit on the Wiggles.
I know he made a recovery and came back. I think he had to retire because of it, though.
Oh, that's a shame.
He might have died, though. He might have retired from life. I'm not sure.
That's a retirement plan.
This is how weak my Wiggles.
Well,
knowledge is.
You know what? I think I can give you a pass on being.
I think it
weak
was
on
the.
Wiggles
I think it was the one in the.
history.
I think it was the one in the blue sweater. I'm taking a leap. I'm taking a big swing at that. Anyway, what's your
just
first
keep
pick, Matt?
piling on
What's your first pick, Matt?
I'm going to go with the iconic gunshot victim at the end of the movie in Saw 1.
Nice. I love that one.
Yes. So the victims in this trap had multiple opportunities to get out of this trap. It was a very smart, intelligent movie, despite the fact that it was identified as gore porn, which I can understand why that would be.
Or torture porn.
Yeah. So they clearly had times where they could have gotten themselves out of the trap through different means, and if they were patient and they communicated, they could have gotten out. And the cool thing was, and the twist that actually, the first twist of a movie that got me since The Sixth Sense was that Jigsaw was literally in the room with them, shocking them. Great trap, and that has been parodied a million times over. I love that trap, and I actually have watched Saw a couple times only to last 30 minutes because I want to just see how he comes up and peels the blood away from his. It's so cool. I really enjoy that one.
Yeah, and that one shocked me in that movie. I didn't see that coming, and then it just out of nowhere. Yeah. And do you remember that? Was it Danny Glover that got shotgun? He was in that as one of the cops. Wasn't that him that got his head blown off?
Yeah,
or was it his partner.
No, it was him.
Oh, it was Danny Glover.
Danny Glover. That was it was kind of the same vein as Scream, where no star was safe.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they weren't going to be able to afford him.
That's true.
Part 2.
Well, a new one now, like Spiral, has Chris Rock in it. I haven't watched it.
He wrote and directed it, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That's cool, man.
He has a lot of involvement in that one. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I haven't watched it. I'll have to get on that one.
Funny that Danny Glover is in yours. Because I got a Danny Glover one.
No!
Ready?
Yes.
Number 2, Danny Glover as Murtaugh in Lethal Weapon 2, the toilet bomb.
Yes. Yes.
It wasn't going to be my number 2, but since he came up in your pick, I'll bring him too. And that is one of the most comical scenes in an action movie, and one of the greater action. I mean, I love so many action movies, but the Lethal Weapon franchise is
great.
One of my top. And like, I literally like when I first saw this Mount Rushmore, I was like, booby traps in movies. Like, are we just gonna like rank our top Home Alone ones? This is stupid. And then like I thought about it, and I was like, oh, you know what? There's some good ones. There's some pretty brutal ones. If you really dig back and think and research it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going toilet bomb.
I thought you were going to say whenever they trapped Jet Li with that fucking rebar in his stomach.
Not so much of a trap, but yeah.
That was more of a prank.
That was a whoopsie?
Gotcha.
You're on candid camera, Jet Li.
So, a trap that I love a lot, and we talked off mic about this for a second, but you had dropped the collection. So from the movie The Collection, one of the goriest scenes that were ever filmed in a modern day horror movie, it's the dance floor of death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a cool one.
So
that was the second one. Was that second or
the
third?
second one? The second one, yeah. So the collector actually invites a bunch of people to a rave under the guise of like, there's like some DJ that's supposed to perform there, and everyone shows up and everyone's having a great time, dropping E, having a great, whatever. And all of a sudden they hear a weird sound, and it's a wheat thresher just annihilates people. And it was like Saving Private Ryan. They had like the camera was going through the crowd as they were getting destroyed. I was like, this is brutal as shit. It almost made me number 1. But the reason why it didn't is because it's not as iconic. Right. But it is super brutal, and it is in my brain. It was the first one I thought about when I was doing this, but it wasn't my number 1. Clear my number 2. So, the dance floor of death.
Dance floor thresher.
Yes.
Very good. Very good pick. Nobody was more great. I bet you the vertically challenged dwarfs at that party were happy to be there because
they weren't invited.
Oh.
They weren't invited.
Nobody respects them.
No Hornswoggle.
They should, though. Well,
we do.
So you've been going horror in your first 2 picks.
Yeah.
I've been going more action, adventure movies.
Yeah, which I
but
love.
I'm going to step over to horror for a second.
Okay.
And I'm going to pick a little trap that was in Resident Evil. And it's the laser hallway trap.
Oh, man. What a great pick.
I think it's one of my favorite horror movie traps that's ever happened. Just because it was progressively getting worse and worse. You thought there was hope for the heroes, and then
when that thing
by the end, the grid came out, and you're getting waffle stomped into death, brother.
And then the reveal and the reflection of the door was
it was a
chef's
great
kiss.
scene.
Yeah.
It was a great scene. Totally just bastardized that franchise.
That little tear of blood from the eye, it was fantastic. And you thought, oh man, he's faking it out. I can't get to him, and it just went shing, and just like widened out, like, oh, crap.
Expert mode.
So I am gonna stick with horror for my third one because this one's also kind of funny for me. So when you think of traps, you think of like, oh, this quick hit thing that's gonna like take somebody out, whatever. This one was more of a long play. I want to go with Midsummer. I'm going drugged in a bear suit and set on fire. So if you haven't watched,
that's definitely a gotcha.
Yeah, it's a gotcha. So if you haven't watched Midsummer, a group of UK residents go to a cult on like a summer trip. Yeah. Just like, oh, what's this like? What's going on? And it devolves into just debauchery and drugs.
It's just a fucking
insane.
cult.
A24 knocked out of the fucking park with that thing. Now, it gets to the point where the lead female actress's boyfriend, who's a complete dumbass, he's a total Chad, he gets drugged and he bangs a girl because they want to make a special person. Because special people can interpret the dreams of their god. This sounds very convoluted. hang with me. But at the end, he's disposable. So they kill a bear and gut him and then stuff this dum-dum into it and put him in a barn that they then set on fire. So it was a long play.
I hated that character in the movie so bad. I was happy to see him go up in the bear suit.
I cheered for it. That's why I'm picking Midsummer here. I think I laughed a little bit when he got bro. I was like, who falls for that trap? Like, drink this tea. Don't drink the fucking... You drank the tea. Well, guess what? Oh, you're getting laid. That's pretty cool. Oh, you're dying in a bear suit. So...
Gotcha.
Yeah. Gotcha. I'm picking drugged in a bear suit, set on fire.
So, I took a risk. And I saved maybe my best one for last.
Okay.
Because it's kind of a shock. It might be one you didn't think of.
Okay.
Because the whole movie was a trap. And I'm talking about Speed, the bus.
No!
Was a trap. Keanu Reeves, in one of his strongest roles, Speed. And that'll be on Mountain Rushmore, goddammit, because it's the whole movie.
I can't fucking contain myself.
I'm so happy it survived, because if you said it, I was going to flip the bar.
I never even thought about that.
Boom. I was drunk and I thought of it. I was so drunk when I did my list, by the way. Indiana Jones actually came to me last. I came up with that and I was like, time to go to bed.
Buddy. Speed with Keanu Reeves, just the whole movie?
Yeah, the whole movie. The bus is the
fucking trap.
Yeah.
And he had to kiss Sandra Bullock, which is also a trap. That's also a trap. Oh my God. I thought I was going to get you to laugh at the last one.
So there you go.
Oh, you win.
How do you like my whole list?
Oh,
my whole list
your
is
whole
pretty
list
strong.
is so solid.
Toilet bombs? Come on.
Can I just try to wow you with my last one? It's going to come
I hope it's one that was on my list.
It's weak. It's not.
Oh, no.
It's not on your list. But it's funny to me. It's fun. And I went horror, and I wanted to go comedy for the last one.
Oh, here comes something. John can't. Did Uncle Buck do something fucked up?
That drill scene where he opens the fucking door is so good. No. This is the one where it's more of a prank. But it does trap somebody. Dumb and Dumber. Laxatives in the tea. Because it traps Harry
in the bathroom.
While
So
Lloyd
Lloyd
can take Mary out.
I mean, yeah, I'll accept that.
It's not nearly as good as Speed with Keanu Reeves.
I mean, in totality, no, but as a scene, it's a pretty funny scene.
Pretty funny.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Dumb and Dumber, Laxatives.
I'll allow it. It's not making the Rushmore.
No, it's not, but I wanted to get it out there.
Because I had so many I left laying.
Oh, what did you have left?
Oh, my God, I had so many. I got like a little buzzed on bourbon. I had a bourbon buzz going.
Oh.
When you sent me the list.
No wonder you thought good shit.
Yeah.
Dude, you
Yeah,
on
it wasn't a
bourbon
beer.
is like anyone on Adderall.
It wasn't a beer drunk. So, yeah. It was, me on bourbon's like, it is like Adderall. For me. It is. So, I started off not understanding the question, and I just started writing movies with traps. So, I had Home Alone 2, The Collector, and Saw.
Nice.
But then I didn't name out specific traps, so those all got tossed.
You nixed them.
Because I had enough other ones. There was a movie called Cube, or The Cube, maybe?
Yeah.
There was acid. There was a trap where acid got shot in the eyes, which was one, and then it also had a laser slicer,
Which is
kind of like
sick,
Resident Evil, but Resident Evil was better.
That's where we agree. I put Cube, just the whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing was
frozen to
just booby
death,
traps.
fire, razor wires, gunshots, spikes, everything. Yeah.
Not so much because it was a great trap, but because it's iconic. Nightmare on Elm Street with the sledgehammer.
Yes.
Which brought him into the real world, then had him burned up in the
Great
basement.
one. Yeah.
It's just iconic. Friday the 13th, the newest remake, where Jason sleeping bag fired and then the bear trap.
Bear trap, yeah.
You're Next, the front door axe.
So good.
That ended up hitting the cop instead of the bad guys.
You're picking a lot of the ones I had.
Kill Bill 2, the Black Mamba in the cash briefcase.
Perfect.
Was a brutal scene.
Yeah.
A classic one, the log smash of the Predator and Predator. And my last one, I didn't use it because I didn't remember all the characters' names, but it was, Sin City, the head bomb.
Oh, yeah.
He threw the main character threw the head bomb to Michael Clark Duncan.
Yes.
It's going to be like the Green Mile. Michael Clark Duncan. And Yeah, so a decapitated head turned into a bomb was
You
pretty
picked
cool
a lot of the ones that I had as
Yeah.
well. And the one that you didn't pick for me is I picked Home Alone, Making Home Sweet Home, because they trapped my ass in Disney Plus for 2 fucking hours.
You actually watched that?
I had to. The kids looked at the screen and went, "Oh, look at this."
It's what, Home Alone 5, technically?
It's supposed to be a reboot.
Yeah, but it's off. I heard, like,
It's
basically if you
awful.
watch it and purely take it in, basically the kid's the bad guy.
He is.
Yeah.
He's the bad guy, and he's an asshole the
Yeah,
whole time.
exactly.
I didn't like it. My kids were even like, "Dad, this isn't good." And I was like, "Okay, who
Yep.
wants to watch football?"
Let's put Home Alone 2 back on.
No. Oh yeah, dude, my kids love Home Alone 2.
Well, I'll argue it right now. I think you should just put my whole list.
I would say that, except that I believe, hear me out, I feel like the gunshot victim trap from Saw 1 is definitely better than at least the toilet bomb.
Oh, see, I was going to let you take Resident Evil off.
No, dude, Resident Evil, that was like the
We still get Danny Glover on the list then.
that kicked off, the Resident Evil trap kicked off Zombie Mania,
That's
really.
true. That's true.
So,
All right, I'll allow it. You can take Toilet Bomb off.
so
It
here's...
wasn't my favorite pick. I just put it where it was because you also had a Danny Glover.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, now I got to use that one.
Here's my pitch to you. Here's my 4. I'm going to say Indiana Jones, the Boulder Trap, the gunshot victim from Saw 1. I'm going to say the laser hallway from Resident Evil, and I'm going to say Midsummer drugged in a bear suit set on fire.
No,
Why not?
you're missing Speed altogether. Then
I can't do it. I can't do it.
I think Speed should be number 1 because the whole movie was a trap.
I can't. There's something about... I can't imagine putting Speed above Indiana Jones.
Well, fine, it's number 2.
What?
It's number 2 then. So it'll be Indy, Speed, Resident Evil, Bear Suit.
What about gunshot victim?
Yeah, fuck the Bear Suit. It was too much of a long play.
That's why it made the trap fun, though, because it was a long play. He got high on mushroom tea and fucked, and then got trapped in a bear suit.
Turned him into a bear.
Yeah, turned him into a bear.
So let's just do it in order. So number
he was
one,
funny. He was banging. He was like looking on.
number 1 undisputed is Indiana Jones.
Yeah. I agree with that. Indiana Jones, the Boulder, that's undisputed. There's no way that just the pop culture iconoclast of that is just ridiculous.
And Speed number 2.
Stop it.
Okay, what did you say was number 2?
The gunshot victim from Saw, because that broke
Over
mold.
Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Over Speed.
Yes. Here's what I'll say.
It was my favorite part of Saw 1.
And it was you have to admit, it was the biggest twist commercially for horror movies at that time.
The end, but that wasn't the shot. I mean, the gunshot had nothing to do with the twist.
I'm just saying gunshot victim. I'm like naming the trap.
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm saying.
So much akin to Speed, the whole film is the trap.
There's different traps, yeah. But Speed, it's one trap. Do not slow that bus down.
Listen, Saw 1's ending, the gunshot victim trap has to be on here.
That's fine. It should be on here somewhere.
Yeah, number 2.
Where's Speed going then?
We'll talk about it. So Saw 1 is Saw 1's going in spot
Only
number 2.
because Danny Glover needs to be on here somewhere.
He does need to be on here. I believe that he deserves a spot somewhere in our list. So number 3, this is where I let you make your pitch for Speed.
I mean, it was the bus was the trap, and it took on the whole movie.
Yes.
90 minutes plus.
I want you, though, for the life of...
What more could be a trap, like a better trap of a movie? And it made a ton of money.
Name 2 other actors other than Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock.
I'm pretty sure Gary Coleman was in that.
Swing and a miss. So, here, listen.
I'd like to take a stab in the dark and say maybe a young
Nope.
Lindsay Lohan was...
There were no drug addicts in this movie, sir.
I don't know his name. I know his character. Wait, do I?
Well, you just said the villain.
Huh? No. Well, no.
Okay.
But the guy that played Ernest, didn't he drive the bus?
Yes.
What's his? I don't know his name.
What's his name?
I don't know, but he drove the bus.
I'd give you part of it because you knew his character name.
Was he really the bus driver?
Yeah.
I thought I was thinking of something else.
No. Oh, now I forgot his name. I actually had it.
I want to say Arlie Ermy, but no, that's Full Metal Jacket.
No. So here's what I'll say to you. I'll pitch you an idea. You let me put Dance Floor of Death at number 4, and I'll give you Speed at number 3.
Over Midsummer, huh? Dance Floor of Death was strong. You sure you don't want to put Dumb and Dumber at number 4?
No, I put that one on there for me.
Okay.
I wanted to make it known.
I'll take it. I mean, we're leaving Resident Evil in the lurch, and that's like one of your favorite franchises.
That's
like right behind Scream for you.
It is. But think about this though. If you really look back at some of the iconic films, if you were to poll someone who doesn't like really get into movies a lot, if you're like, do you know the movie Speed? Totally. Everyone knows the fucking movie Speed.
Right.
Because it's either a joke or you actually really like the movie. Do you know Resident Evil? And lots of people are like, oh, what the fuck? Is there a video game or something? So not everyone's going to know that as well.
Yeah, but no, I don't think a lot of people know the collection. Because it's even The Collector wasn't a very famous horror movie, unless you're into horror movies. And then you're going into the sequel of it.
I am. I know.
I'm going with the first Resident Evil, and now there's been 8 of them. I don't know how many there are.
There's a lot of them. Yeah.
But this is the first one.
So if you had to put the collection up against Resident Evil, you're saying Resident Evil takes out the collection?
As far as popularity, yes.
Yeah, you're right.
And probably even what I'd rather watch. I mean, I do like the collection as a movie, but
I do too.
That original Resident Evil is so good.
I concede.
Yeah, thank you.
I concede.
I'm not talking Afterlife here. I'm talking about the OG.
The OG, the one that was actually tolerable. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I give it to you, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah, do more research next time.
What do you mean? I had 4 completely different fucking traps than you did.
And I had 4 awesome ones. It's real easy to get 4 mediocre traps. Good job.
I didn't get 4 mediocre traps. Oh, fuck off. It's Speed. It's a fucking bus. You know, I'm just trying to play nice with you right now.
The bus is the trap. You love that.
I do.
You lit up like my Christmas tree that's still in the box.
Yeah.
It's right there. You can see it. It's right there.
I was like, what the fuck's in that box, man? What's in the box?
Christmas tree.
So, Adam, we have a Mount Rushmore here of booby traps in movies. We're starting off with Indiana Jones, the boulder trap, iconic. Saw one, the gunshot victim trap, which is also iconic. Speed, because the whole movie's a trap. And of course, Keanu Reeves is the fucking man. And then Resident Evil, the laser hallway, which I had on my list. So I had to agree with you on that one. So all these things too. By the way, all the things we're mentioning are on YouTube at some point. So if you want to know what we're talking about, just go ahead and search them out and, check them out. Also too, if you want to kind of get in on the debates here, just search us out at DWTB on social media. We drop all of our listener polls on Tuesdays. So this might make an appearance real quick.
Yeah, and I want to make one final plead since we're talking to the listeners right now.
Yep.
Send in your Spotify raps because I want to pick them apart.
I do too. I really want to.
For good, better, or indifferent.
Yes.
I want to see what our listeners got.
Speaking of listeners, Adam, we have listener questions, comments, and what ups.
Oh, quickly becoming one of my favorite segments, except for that hot dog question. Let's not talk about it, though.
You okay?
Yeah. I'm getting over it. Yeah. Therapy's helping.
Is that why your face turns red every time I say hot dog? So, Adam, speaking of hot dogs, would you rather overthink everything or underthink everything?
This might be one of the easiest questions we've ever gotten. I would rather underthink everything.
Really?
Because I already overthink everything all the time. And it's tiring.
So what?
Just a change of pace. Let me just underthink it. Because even if you fuck up, like you didn't think of something and it didn't go as planned, blah, 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 you're still underthinking that. Like it's like, oh, whatever.
So you
just never fucking care.
Do you just want to be numb? Are you okay?
No, yeah, I'm fine. I just like
hot dogs fucked you up.
No, like I'll just like, we all have friends or acquaintances that are just like full on stoner party all the time. And it's like, wow, it must be a really nice way to live.
Right.
like no stress. If stuff fucks up, you can just get over it real easy. Like I can't do that. And I'd like to.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Yeah.
My fear, though, in terms of how I would answer this question, is that when I feel like I underthink things, I'm leaving myself so vulnerable for other people to take advantage of the situation. That it's the old adage of like, I'll do it myself so I know it's done correctly. And I'm with you. I overthink everything, which is probably why I'm on heart medication, because I'm just overthinking everything and going crazy. But I think I would continue to want to overthink because I want to plan, plot, have everything together, make myself a little bulletproof, and then just kind of deal with the anxiety of feeling like I'm bulletproof.
Nope.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm making a change.
Yeah.
I'm going to start underthinking shit.
This is changing you?
No, this isn't
Question?
going to. You're going to. This question.
Yeah.
And then just swing a half full paint can at my head with like a 5-foot rope. It might just knock me into.
Phineas Gage the shit out of you to underthinking?
Exactly.
Yeah, see?
Let's do it.
I didn't take a GED.
Gump me, buddy.
I went to a real high school.
I want you to gump me. I just want to run for the rest of my life and not give a fuck.
I just started running and I made
Just
billions of
started
dollars.
Johnny gave me an STD.
Can I just go on a limb here and say that Forrest Gump's one of the worst fucking movies on the
Oh,
planet?
I love it.
I can't stand it.
It's a great comedy.
I
I laughed the whole way through.
I can't, especially when she gets AIDS. I can't stand that movie.
I laughed the whole way through.
That gives you insight. So, Adam, as an adult, as we sit here right now in our mid-30s, would you allow someone to bully you?
Nope.
Really?
No, I just cuss them the fuck out. I mean, well,
It depends, though, right? Because as an adult, you have more adult-style relationships.
yeah, but then fuck that too. It's professional relationships. I could see myself like just fucking
Succumbing to something?
biting the bullet
Yeah.
and dealing with bullshit to keep my job.
That's right.
Or to make my bonus, or that's probably the only arena though. Like I'm not getting bullied at a fucking bar about shit. I'll just be like, "You're wrong." I'll walk away. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need to. I took enough of that shit in high school. This question really hit a vein with me. Oh yeah, I'm not taking
fuck
anymore.
out of you every week.
I'll just cut you. I'll just cut you the fuck off. You?
I just bully the fuck out of you
No.
every week.
No, I mean I just got 3 out of 4 picks on that
And
Mount Rushmore. You stupid fuck.
I
just got 3 out of 4.
You let you
You
have.
stupid fuck.
I let you have it, so you.
I let you have Saul 1. I let you have it.
I had to play nice with you, or otherwise you're gonna start throwing things around the around the fucking brew lab.
I live rent free in your head. All the time.
So I'm with you, man.
You know, you wake up in the morning, you're like, I wonder if Adam's enjoying his day so far.
I just kind of love you. That's a big difference.
Because I own you, bitch.
Our friendship has a new dynamic. Don't get twisted. It's because you love me. You think of me too. When you wake up, you're like, I wonder if Matt's having a good day too. And I message you. Like, here's the thing though. You message me first in the mornings every day. What's up, dude? Every fucking morning. So don't get.
Let's be honest.
What?
I tell you to bend over and you say how far.
No. Every time I wake up, I wake up at 5:45 in the morning. Like I always do for work.
Tartan ass.
Yeah.
Bend it over.
I wake up at 5:45 and there's already a
Frank.
nice text message from you because you've been up since 4 because you think too much, and you send me a message and it says, "Hey buddy, what's up?"
No, your text messages are actually yours are usually first because I'll send you something at like 10:30 and you've already been asleep for 2 hours.
Yeah.
So you're responding to my text from the night before.
The hard part is I'm a responsible adult and I go to sleep at a reasonable time.
Yes,
so,
you do.
but
I sleep 5 hours a night. It's not healthy.
yeah, and you wake up before I do and you say, "What's up, buddy? How are you?"
Hope everything's great.
Yeah.
I wish I lived with you so I could pack you a lunch.
Have a good day. I hope the weather's good. And I respond.
I hope all your clients are enjoyable and agreeable to
Yeah.
your decisions today.
And then I respond to you like, make sure you tie your shoes.
Yeah.
Make sure you pull your pants up.
I'm not wearing either.
But in all seriousness,
Don't cuss out your boss today.
don't do that. Don't use the C word. But no, I wouldn't let someone bully me either. But like I think
It's
there's a line you draw though for professionalism because I think at some point you have to let the powers that be above you kind of have their chest thumping
well,
moment.
and it's also just being subordinate, which is kind of the boss employee relationship.
Was there a line you draw for that though too? Like, do you only let it?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, especially with my current boss, which I'm not going to get into specifics because
I like my job.
I like my job, and she probably likes hers.
Yeah.
No, there's definitely lines where I'm like, okay, we can't say that, or can't do that. But that's more of a generational thing.
I think it is too. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but there's just no reason. I think if you're a bully as an adult, you just come off as kind of a dullard. Like it's just you're just dumb. Like
that's your defense mechanism.
Yeah, you're probably still wearing affliction shirts and ripped jeans and
watching UFC, thinking that you know jiu-jitsu, that kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. That becomes your personality.
It literally becomes your identity.
Yeah,
you peaked in high school,
which is awful.
You peaked.
You
peaked on the football team.
And
in high school,
and the football team didn't even win the fucking division.
No. You didn't even get a college scholarship.
You guys went 4-6. So, Adam, last question here, and this is really more for you. It's my opinion, but as a skilled brewer, do candy canes belong in beers?
So, it should be a yes/no question. Which immediately I say no, get them the fuck away from beer. But I thought about it. And if you really break it down, maybe not candy canes, but candy canes are basically just peppermint.
Yeah.
If you I do like, especially winter months, a peppermint and a good chocolatey porter or stout.
Yeah.
Like York peppermint patty it up a little bit.
Difference. It's different though. Listen.
So you're just saying pure
peppermint from a candy cane
is sweeter. It's sugarier, but depends when you add it in. You can ferment it out.
That's true.
So I guess if it's purely as sweet as a candy cane and as minty as a candy cane, no, get it the fuck away from my beer. But I do like minty beers.
Yeah.
Darn it. I wish I had a better local example. Yeah. But Southern Tier does the thick mint every year.
Which is good.
Which is a thin mint Girl Scout cookie ripoff of a beer. And it's awesome. It's
really
one
good.
Of my favorites. And I know there's a couple in Pittsburgh that I just can't think of right now that do chocolate mint beer. And I like those as well. But it has to... Mint by itself, I think I've had in like a couple saisons where it works.
In a saison, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it works because it just like kind of accentuates all the spices around.
And the saisons are a little thinner.
Yes.
Too.
Yeah. But other than that, I like it paired with like chocolate and something thick.
I think with chocolate, it definitely works.
But a pure candy cane. If you're saying I need to keep that sugariness, get the fuck out of there.
My thing is, I forget where it was. I remember going to a local bar, not a brewery, but a bar, and they were pouring like a stout, just call it whatever stout you want to call it, and they were rimming the glass. I didn't know it.
The glass with
candy canes, and then from that point forward, I realized I fucking hate candy canes. In general, I hate candy canes.
Yeah, I do too.
But also, stay away from a beer.
I'll shove a little one in my mouth. Like I don't like the full size; it's just too much. They have those little mini ones I can just pop the whole thing in.
You know what ones I like? The ones that don't taste like fucking peppermint.
They make chocolate ones that are really good. I think really Hershey's made them.
Yeah. No, dude, Spree's actually makes candy cane. So
next.
What? They're good.
Okay.
They're sweet. They're not like sweet like the peppermint. They're sweet like tart.
Like Spree's, yeah.
Yeah, sweet like Spree's.
So they like finish chalky and give you cavities.
They don't finish chalky and give you cavities. They finish like a fucking candy cane.
Is there a sweepstakes on the box that gets you a free trailer?
Yes.
Free tickets to a NASCAR event.
And I have been applying for years. And my time is due, Adam, and you keep mocking it. Wait till I'm in the enforcer's car. I'll be in the enforcer's car, Jeff Gordon, and he and I are going to go on the trip.
The enforcer was not Jeff Gordon.
It is Jeff Gordon.
No. Oh, I'm thinking of the Intimidator. Sorry.
No.
You might be right.
No. I'm telling you.
Okay.
The face of NASCAR is Jeff Gordon.
Does Sprees have something like Marlboro points? I feel like it would. Where you like can collect enough wrappers.
If they do,
and you can get like a cool jacket.
If they do, I've been jipping my fucking self.
I bet you they do. I believe in you. Go get that. Get that jacket.
Thank you.
You deserve it.
It's time. It's time. It's time we reclaim Sprees where they belong. In the Mount Rushmore of candies.
In the jackets of residents.
Could you imagine a shitty fucking jacket with Sprees across the back of it, by the way?
It would have to be lime green, right?
Yes!
Yeah.
It's lime green all over, but it has black lettering, so you can see it from a mile away.
Black outlined yellow.
Oh, yeah, perfect, yeah. It looks like a Sprite label.
Where it hurts your eyes.
It's like, what the fuck is he wearing? Jesus. So, Adam.
It's Matt in his shitty Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Hey, man, we all have dreams. Mine just in Technicolor. Speaking of dreams, Adam, our listeners have dreams. Dreams of your beers. So,
Doubt that.
what's on tap and where can you find us?
So it's full on stout season.
Stout season.
We have the Shad Face Pumpkin Roll Stout coming in at 8%, 8.1 actually. We have the Every Time I Chai Tea Stout at 7.5%. The Dark Roots Stout at 6%, which you can also find at the Dark Roots Barbershop up in Allentown. Make your appointments with Ricky. Get yourself some beer. And then new coming early next week is a gingerbread stout at 7.5%. Then we have our Christmas Gruit, which is a cranberry lingonberry honey ale. It should come in around 7%. That'll be ready for Christmas. And then today we just brewed our New Year's beer, which is a Brut IPA that we fashioned after a Bellini. So we had a little peach in there, kind of make a champagne cocktail out of it. That'll be available New Year's Eve right here in the Jojitorium Henley. Not bottling that up until after New Year's.
So if you want to find out when these beers hit the streets, all you got to do is follow Adam at @bash_brew on all social media, and also follow him on Untapped at Bash Brewing. If you want to know what's going on with the boys down here in the Jojitorium, just follow us at DWTB on all social media. That's Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And from where we are here in our booby trap less podcast studio,
I didn't set anything up today.
to where you are listening to this. Until next time, cheers.
Cheers.